Hello everyone and welcome to the grand finals of the Jet Set Radio Future Bingo Season 2, where at long last we will get to find out who will be crowned champion of this tournament. In the orange corner we have the Gourd Gamers, Krabby Cucumber and Dilla Pickle representing Team Cheetos. Not sponsored, by the way. In the purple corner, we have the duo that's hotter than a heat gun and colder than a freezing tundra. Jammy Pat and Jakey from Team The Apologists. Both teams have battled hard during this round robin and semi-finals and have come out on top, but it all comes down to this. Will Apologists get revenge on Cheetos after their defeat in the round robin, or will Cheetos stay strong during this first of three grand final match? I have no idea, but one thing I do know is this will be a final we will never forget. However, that's enough from me. It's time to hand over to our commentators. The duo that thought Bingo was a waste disposal company, it's Twinkachu and Phosphohydro.
Thank you very much, Bats. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JSRF Bingo Tournament Finals.
This is sure to be an exciting round. After a upset in our, well, not an upset, but we had some kind of standings changes that we did not expect as we were kind of heading into this last little bit of the tournament. And so it is very exciting to see that these are our two teams in the finals. We have on one side Cheetos, which are made up of Bingo veteran Krabby and our newest competitor in the JSRF Bingo League, Diller. We've been able to see kind of the incredible development of that team over the course of this tournament, and it's been really awesome to see what those two have been capable of. And then we have on the other side the Apologists, Jake and Jammy, who are two of our kind of more experienced competitors, and their synergy together throughout this tournament has kind of led them to be the top seed going into this final.
Sorry, I got distracted talking to the teams.
It's all good. This is a very DIY setup, so our apologies if there's anything weird that happens, but we try our best, and we're very excited to see how this all goes.
Yeah. So, our players will be revealing the board in about a minute. But
we can take a second of time to kind of talk about what this is. The JSRF Bingo League is played in the game Jet Set Radio Future, as you might assume. It's been real fun. Bingo has been this kind of this format that's been developed over a few years, starting off with I think Ace and Krabby, 7th Ace, who was very kindly doing tech for us today, and then Krabby, one of our competitors today. Developed over a few years, and basically we go around and collect graffiti souls along with some other completable goals in the maps on a modified save that we have that has everything in the game unlocked, but nothing actually picked up or made available to pick up. And as such, competitors have to kind of figure out what's the fastest, figure out which areas to go to, and then work together in this 2v2 format to try to block and make bingos happen as we go.
all right, so the players will be revealing the board in about 10 seconds, but we have commentator God Vision, so we can take a look at it before all of them do. The players will get a minute to look at the board and strategize. We find that it makes for more interesting kind of strategic plays with the 2v2 format. So we have our board here. This one, I believe, is pretty evenly distributed among the three kind of areas of the map.
One of the kind of most convenient things that we've had this kind of upgrade this season is this tool that we are actually using to display our bingo board. We still use Bingo Sync on the player end, but on the streaming side, we have this tool built very lovingly by 7th Ace that allows us to visualize which souls are in which areas, along with giving us some more information about scores that allow us to kind of do live scoring and other cool stuff as we go.
Yeah, one thing I would like to point out about this board is that we have that Highway 0 graffiti. Graffitis are worth extra points, but the Highway 0 one is the fastest in the game. And so with a bunch of other stuff out in that side of the map, we'll likely see people rushing for that first.
Along with, we see that column 3 with 3 darks, or with rather 4 squares in the dark areas. that are all fairly quick souls to
Yeah.
grab, with the exception of Kibo Trick 60 being one of the longest possible souls to get, actually.
So we see both Jakey and Diller heading out that direction. Yeah, so the graffiti squares are worth extra points because they require you to spray all of the graffiti in an area rather than just picking up a single collectible. They take way longer to complete, so they're worth more. Right, so Jakey and Diller rushing out to Darkside, either for that Highway Zero graffiti or going for the kind of meta strat of knowing that your opponent will rush that and picking up everything else instead. And then we see Jammy and Krabby heading into the sewers. Jammy is in bottom point. Krabby is also headed into bottom point.
With 3 souls in bottom point all along that top left, bottom right diagonal bingo. A lot of those squares are fairly fast too, so I think it'll be interesting to see who ends up getting those, who ends up bailing first.
The interesting thing there is, though, that bingo also includes Sewer Special, one of the most notoriously difficult souls in the game. This might be a bingo we see players go for, but it might also be a bingo we see players threaten to force their opponents to have to do that soul.
Exactly. And then there's this other bingo that's being mentioned to me in chat in Chicago. Column 4, we see 4 souls all in, I believe, Kogane. I don't actually know the areas, which is the sewers.
Kogane is the sewers area.
The sewers area of the game. However, that is a very kind of difficult area to navigate. That can be very slow. As such...
Yeah, sewers is kind of notoriously difficult, but none of those souls are too terrible. Center Structure and Grind are 2 of the faster ones in the sewers. The FRZ one is a default. And then Hikage points is, could be worse.
Yeah, so we one thing to note is that we see Jake having, again, as Twinkish mentioned earlier, completely ignoring the graffiti and instead pursuing all of the other souls on Highway Zero first. And Diller is going at that graffiti. However, what that means is that Jake has beaten Diller to all of the souls in Highway Zero except the graffiti.
Yeah, this is a strategic play you see a lot, especially with the Highway Zero graffiti. It's such a quick graffiti route that it is really appealing to go for right away, but you can use the knowledge that it's a super appealing and quick square to kind of predict that your opponent is going to do that and react accordingly.
I think Jake's going for an out-of-map death orb. Yep, looks like it. This is one of those kind of fun things. This is kind of one of the fun things that's about bingos. We get to exploit things like out-of-map death orbs that bring us further around to certain areas in the map that you wouldn't be able to access otherwise. As such, Jake is able to grab that special soul much, much faster than they otherwise would.
Yeah, we see Jammy and Krabby both leaving bottom points pretty much at the same time. Krabby appears to be leaving sewers, whereas Jammy is heading further into sewers into FRZ. What is FRZ? There's that default we talked about.
So what's interesting to note here is that Jake and Diller both got the same number of points out of Highway Zero, as the way that this is scored is that bingo squares are worth the 1 point for the square and then 2 additional points for a total of 3. And we see Jake having gotten 3 squares in there. So they both ended up with the same number of points, and Diller got out of Highway Zero significantly faster. However, it is not... I would be kind of remiss to not note that Jake has gotten 3 squares.
More board control.
More board control, and board control is really key in this 2v2 lockout format, because it allows you to force your opponents to play for things, and other things like that.
Yeah. I think it's mentioned on the layout, but we also give 3 additional points for a bingo, because it creates more like interactive boards, I guess, and so board control is really important when it's what sets up those bingo opportunities. Let's see, what are people doing? Diller is in 99th Street. What is he doing there?
Diller got just unlocked and picked up Tricks.
Gotcha.
Which we affectionately refer to as Nice Soul, for a reason that I will not go into.
Yeah. Krabby is heading into Hikage.
We don't really see anybody threatening or even approaching any bingos right now. The closest thing to it would be column 5. However, that has Shibuya graffiti, which is a fairly sizable graffiti. Jake started
adding
right now.
to the chaos, though, Apologists have the bottom left to top right bingo. So this Dogen Special Soul in the top right corner is critical because both teams need it for these bingos if that's what they're going for. Krabby is currently in Dogen, so he will have priority to it. Diller, not Krabby.
Krabby is in
Krabby's
Shibuya,
in
and I believe also working on the graffiti route. However, Jake does now have the jump on Krabby. However, Krabby is very good at graffiti, and this 16 spray or 14 something spray lead could
12 spray currently
disappear quite quickly with one mistake from Jake and some good gameplay on Krabby's part.
Yeah, so it looks like the Apologists aren't rushing for that diagonal bingo. However, Jake is attempting to challenge the bingo by getting the Shibuya spray instead. Of the graffiti routes, Shibuya isn't terrible. It's relatively quick. It's super non-linear.
It's super non-linear, and so you kind of need to know a route for it, but nothing is really that punishing. So if you do mess up something, you're not falling all the way down to the bottom like you would be in an area like FRZ or something else like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Jammy is in sewers, still working on that center structure and grind 10. They appear to be having a little trouble, but sewers is like that. Let's see. Let's check on the spray counter. Krabby is at 22. Jake has stopped to pick up the tape. Please spray something. I need to know where you're at. 31.
So Jake still is ahead of Krabby.
Yeah.
But Krabby is closing that lead quickly.
Diller is still uncontested in Dogen, so he will get that special soul unless his Xbox explodes.
Yeah, our bingo games typically last between 20 and 30 minutes. We have seen them go as long as 40, depending on the situation. But
yeah, it mostly depends on the graffiti on the board. If you have a lot of longer graffiti routes, that stalls out the end of the game. This one shouldn't be too terrible.
Jake has
we've got Kibo, that'll delay.
And Jake has marked Shibuya graffiti, sniping out Krabby, effectively wasting multiple minutes of Krabby's time, and then also blocking off that column 5 of bingo.
Yeah, nice job, Jake.
However, we now see a race for 13 platforms, as that is another... Oh, that's not a bingo, but we see them... Never mind, I misspoke.
It would have been a bingo, but Diller picked up Dogen Special, which denies that. Do we have any more bingo opportunities on this board? We have row 4.
Yeah, row 4. However, that involves Kibo spray 100% graffiti, which is an absolutely hellish route.
We are tied for points right now.
And we do see Jamie heading into Kibo.
Yeah.
Which we'll see what they decide to do there.
Yeah, let's see.
Is Krabby going for Shibuya special? I think so. That's the only
Krabby's pretty consistent at it.
But he just messed up.
Oh, never mind.
And he is giving up.
Okay, good call.
Oh, he marked the square. I'm so sorry. I saw him fall down, did not realize that was after he got the soul.
I wasn't paying attention to Krabby's feed. This is why we have 2 commentators. It's hard to watch 4 streams at once.
I didn't get a chance to talk about Shibuya Special while it was happening, so if that comes up again, I'll make sure to talk about it. But that's a notoriously awful soul to get, and Krabby nailed it first try, it looks like. So
yeah,
that's impressive.
It's difficult-ish movement, and also the game doesn't register that you've completed the challenge a lot of the time. So getting it first try is nice.
So we do see Jamie, I'm assuming, working on Kiba Graffiti, granted that they're still in this top area.
Yeah. Krabby is in sewers again, heading into Kibo. Oh no. Uh-oh, Jamie.
This is tragic because... So, Krabby is a very long time and experienced player of this game. and as such, especially a very experienced IL runner. And so some of the ILs in this game involve doing all of the graffiti in an area quite quickly. Krabby is also a very experienced bingo player. Point being, Krabby knows all of these routes very well. And if you're trying to race Krabby in an area, often it can be Krabby is able to recover fairly significantly.
Yeah, Jammy has a not insignificant lead, but Kibo is also a very long route, so there is plenty of opportunity for error on both players' parts.
Jake going for the moral victory, unlocking Jazz in the stadium, this is the only soul in that area, and with it being a soul that you have to race a character to unlock, is fairly long, but Jazz is a community favorite character, especially bingo community favorite character, and so we always like to unlock her whenever we get the chance.
Yeah, the character unlocks in bingo are a little bit of a gamble. They take a decent amount of time. Most of them take between a minute and a half. But the really risky part is that they lock you into the challenge for the duration of the race. So if you enter a race right as your opponent finishes it, you are then locked into the race for the rest of the minute while your opponent can leave and do something else, and you don't even get a square out of it.
Krabby absolutely swagging on Kibo right now, but not actually going for the graffiti. Not going for the graffiti at this point. I think it's fair to assume he might have realized that Jammy could be in here. Granted that Jammy is not. Jammy's last marked sprays were both in sewers and then hadn't marked anything for a hot second. So I think it's possible that Krabby has realized that Jammy is in here and is therefore not trying to contest and is trying to pick up the other souls in Kibo.
Yeah. We see Diller out cleaning up Darkside. He picked up the Sky Dino Special and is now in the Skyscraper District, where there's the Point Soul.
This is still a tied match. This is kind of fast. This is kind of amazing to see.
Yeah. It's impossible for games to tie unless a team gets a bingo, so it'll go to someone, but it's you don't usually see matches like this completely tied this long and this late in the game.
However, if Jammy does manage to pick up Kiba Graffiti, it will definitely push the game far more in favor of Apologists. However,
Diller just failed Onion.
Is Diller's going for points 100k, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone just picked up something. Krabby has picked up Kibo Tricks.
So Jammy now knows that Krabby is in here. However, Jammy is also very far into Kibo, and I'm assuming Jammy's just going to keep going at this and decide not to bail. If Kibo Tricks is at a fairly interesting point in the route, and so either and you do have to do a full lap of Kibo to get the tape to unlock the souls. So Jammy knows that Krabby has done a full lap of Kibo at this point. Does that mean that Krabby is sprayed all the way around? We'll see. And we'll see. It looks like Jammy is committing to it, which obviously is the play here, but who knows if it's going to work out well. Did Jake unlock tricks? Or unlock points? I'm assuming.
I think they just picked it up.
That's not points.
Oh.
Points is this one that's between the billboards in the middle room.
Oh, I thought that's what they picked up. I looked really quickly. Yeah, let's see. So.
Woo! There we go. First try on that is not particularly easy. If you know the trick to it, it is, but it's always fun.
So Jakey marks Hikage points, which brings the score to, is it 13-13?
13-13.
Yeah.
Well, 13-14 now that,
Oh, 13-14.
So we see Krabby in this section of Kibo, which is the hardest part of this graffiti route. Played effectively, it is incredibly cool to watch, but it's also very hard to do. So we see Jamie opting for a safer strat here, which I think is very smart.
Two things going on. If the Apologists get this graffiti route, it wins them the game. It will bring their score up to 16 for a maximum of 15 from Cheetos if they get sewer special, but Jamie has fallen. Also, Diller, I think, is at 1 hit.
Diller's at 1 hit, but it doesn't really matter. We now see Krabby appearing to... swag, Krabby!
Have you seen Krabby's sewers climb? Watch
I
this.
haven't.
It's swag as all hell.
So for context, this is one of... Krabby is currently in sewers, which is one of the most difficult areas to navigate. Oh my god, what? And Krabby is pulling off a lot of very...
Here's where it gets good.
This is an insane trick. Okay, so Krabby did that flawlessly, which is insane to see.
Now watch how he unlocks the soul. I don't know if you've seen this yet. He pulled this out in a bingo game a little while ago.
What?
Yeah!
Are you kidding me?
Yeah! Okay. So, this is... And then he falls.
Sorry, so for people who don't understand this game that much, what Krabby just did was very impressive, because basically the soul that he just unlocked involved getting a lot of points, and the way that this game counts points is kind of complicated, but essentially you can't break what's called a combo. There's a bunch of different ways that break combo, and the way to get up sewers is breaking a lot of combos typically. Krabby managed to keep a combo for most of the way up there, and then unlock this points soul in a absolutely insane way right as he fell. It's so impressive to see, and this is just the kind of like level of gameplay that we expect to see from Krabby.
That series of sewers movement is kind of Krabby exclusive. He routed it a little while ago and started doing it this season in bingo, and every time I see it, I lose my mind completely.
It's so impressive.
Yeah. So this sewers special is a terrible soul, because in order to get it, you have to get the tape that unlocks challenges at the bottom of sewers, climb to the top where you can unlock this soul, and then climb up this area that's called 100-meter room, which is this giant vertical column that you have to wall ride up for like 3 minutes straight.
But yeah, as with Krabby kind of realizing he made it into Kibo far too late, they have marked, Apologists have marked that square, have marked Kibo graffiti, securing them the win, as there was only 1 more point left on the board, meaning that Cheetos have lost for round 1. Absolutely not to their, not in any sort of embarrassing way. This
that was
one of the more exciting rounds of bingo I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was close. Krabby has gone into Kibo, it seems, to contest
However,
it.
yeah, but now that
Oh, Jake got the swag jump too.
Yes, but now Jake is at the top, meaning that they have a much easier track to unlock series special.
Yeah, so Jake is doing this
The
more standard way. Krabby also unlocked the soul by... This rail is a point rail. It gives you bonus points, which you need to get enough points to unlock the soul. You have to do it on specifically this rail.
Oh no, Jake!
Oh no. However, there's an exploit where wall rides don't break your combo and also give you points, and so Krabby unlocked the soul using wall rides on his way, like, falling down. If you do that perfectly, you can kind of land at the bottom of the room where it spawns. But...
Yeah, and so Krabby had already unlocked this soul, and so now we see him climbing up this wall ride tower of hell to make it to that soul. This is its own whole beast in and of itself. Unlocking the soul in sewers is not particularly easy, but getting all the way up there to pick up the soul is also no easy feat. And I figure we'll see Krabby manage to do it fairly easily. But basically, you have to wall ride up this room, and there is tons of obstacles all over the walls that will break your wall ride and make you fall with no ability to recover. And so you have to be very skilled at avoiding those, and kind of having a pattern that you need to do, that you kind of have in your head on how to unlock them is one of the best ways to do it.
Sewer is also, there's a skip in any percent that lets you just skip the level entirely. So people who only have any percent experience have no idea how to approach sewers at all, which makes learning it for bingo just a little more difficult.
Cool. Yeah,
Alright.
so Krabby had marked that soul. It does look like we have about a 10-second delay on Krabby's stream on our end. I don't know if there's much that could be done about that. I think that's just Krabby. Yeah, I figure as much. Yeah, hello first game. Literally a 1-point game. That's always very impressive to see.
Players are discussing the board in the room. Alright, let me get this next card in. Is this the right card? Yes. Cool.
I will be right back.
Alright. Okay, so we have our next board in the room. Let me just... It's like players will be revealing the card in about 45 seconds. And then we can get the second game started. So, yeah, that was a super close game one. It came down to one square. It came down to basically Krabby's decision of whether to go for Keepo Graffiti or Souls instead. Choices like that, it can be super hard to know like what's objectively the right choice. And so he just picked the wrong thing. We can, yeah, here we go. We've got the new card up on the screen. This one is very graffiti heavy. We have, let's see, I believe we have 4. We've got Bottom Point, Dogenzaka Hill, Hikage Street, and Sky Dinosaurian. Most of those are relatively quick. Hikage is kind of a long one, but Bottom Point is pretty quick. Dogen is pretty quick. Sky Dino is theoretically pretty quick, but also very punishing. So, hello, we've revealed the card.
I'm here. We made it.
Okay, this one is also stacked on the dark side of the map. Highway 0 has 4 souls in it. 99th Street has 3, and Skyscraper has 1.
Oh boy. And we see Sky Dino Graffiti. That's interesting.
Sky Dino Graffiti is, yeah, also like Krabby's square. He, I believe, still holds the IL world record for Sky Dino Graffiti and is just super consistent and super good at the route.
Yeah, that's kind of Krabby's baby, I think a lot of people in this community would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting round, especially with that center square being Dogen 100% Graffiti. I don't know if you've mentioned that already.
Yes.
Center square is a generally important strategically square. And so to see that as the center square, that is one of the, I think, kind of more time-consuming routes. It's definitely not one of the longest, but it's a notable investment of time. And there are a couple sprays that if you mess up in a certain way, you have to do an entire other lap to get to, which is very punishing. Yeah.
Everyone is pointing out that a lot of the graffitis also appear like in the same rows or columns or diagonals. Yeah. So the top left, bottom right diagonal has 2 graffitis. Column 3 has 2 graffitis. Yeah.
A double graffiti bingo is a very impressive thing to find. They don't happen very often, but...
when those happen, it's kind of an accident. It's like a thing that kind of incidentally happens rather than a super dedicated play. Alright. Jakey heading out to Darkside, Jammy going into Shibuya. Diller also heading out to Darkside, having a little trouble with the garage exit. It happens.
Don't worry, I do too, Diller. It's okay.
Krabby going into sewers, into Kogane.
And Jamie entering into Shibuya, and then immediately leaving Shibuya, it appears.
Nice job. Alright, so I assume we're seeing Jakey and Diller rush for Highway 0. What are the graffiti squares there? Or souls? The not graffiti?
We have Trash Pit, which is a default, Grind 15, Trick 70, and then directly under Entrance, which are...
So, 2 defaults, a super quick unlock, and then one of the hardest souls in the game.
Yep. Trick 70 being one of the hardest souls in the game. Oh, crap. Krabby and RDH.
Oh, Diller goes into 99th Street. That's a decision for sure. Airport is a really quick soul, but if you are racing out to Highway 0, he's effectively forfeiting like the easy squares to Jake.
However, we immediately see Cheetos grabbing 4 squares right off the bat, which is kind of impressive.
Krabby went into the sewers areas into RDH, where he is uncontested. There isn't a ton on that side of the board, but being the only person over there is definitely a serious advantage. Let's see.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, Cheeto's really coming out of the start pretty dramatically with those squares, but leaving an additional 4 squares to Jake and kind of putting themselves in interesting positions. It'll be fascinating to see kind of how this goes.
Jake got the cool grind unlock. You can route it out so that you pick up the tape in Highway 0, immediately get on the rail, and unlock the soul right as you're standing where it unlocks, and so you pick it up immediately.
And then Jake going for trick 70, which is again it's one of the most obnoxious souls in the game, because getting 70 tricks without breaking a combo is hard. And then especially in this area, it's a high number of tricks, and it is also a there's not really any long area to get it. There we go, though.
There we go. Nice job, Jake. Let's see. Jammy is going for that Dogen graffiti. Early graffiti is sometimes a good call in 2v2, especially in graffiti-heavy boards. It'll deny that row 3 bingo that the Cheetos have kind of the threat of, but it doesn't look like they're actually pushing for it, so they're not gonna snipe anyone to it.
Yeah. And so we see in row 3 right now the example of a of kind of pushing, forcing somebody, like threatening a bingo, because they're leaving that square. Neither Krabby or Diller are in Dogen even attempting that graffiti. Both of them are actually several areas away, but they are now forcing Jammy to kind of lock into this and spend a decent chunk of time doing it so that they can't get that bingo, because of course neither opponent neither team knows where the other team is at any given point unless they're unlocking squares. So none of them, Jammy doesn't really know if where Diller or Krabby are necessarily.
Yeah, fortunately for Jammy, Dogen isn't a terribly long graffiti. If you can
going for a swag unlock right here.
Ooh. Yeah, if you can threaten a bingo with like a way longer graffiti, it is absolutely a power play. But of the ones on the board, Dogen's pretty quick, and it's worth the 3 points. So
we see Jake appearing to start the Highway 0 graffiti route. I think my guess is because they realize that neither Krabby or Diller are anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Which is
also it's
good time
Sky Dino, not Highway 0.
That's what I meant. That's what I said.
That's what you said. Cool. Alright, so Krabby is in bottom point. What is in bottom point? Grind 10, which has already been picked up, and the graffiti. This is also a pretty quick graffiti route, especially if you know it well, which Krabby does. Krabby is kind of a graffiti god.
It's also a fun technical graffiti route.
It is, yeah. It's got some cool tricks.
The Sky Dino
is also
a really fun technical graffiti route. If Jake pulls this off pretty flawlessly, it's a really impressive piece of gameplay to see.
Yeah.
So Jammy getting Dogen 100% graffiti, marking off that center square, and now putting the game to a tie at the moment.
Diller is in Chuo, where he has already picked up 3. There were only 3. Okay, so he has picked up all 3 souls there.
Jake is doing pretty well so far.
Don't attempt to leave.
Sorry, I shouldn't fucking say anything.
Commentator's curse.
Because this is hard. this part in particular is very difficult.
Yeah. The Sky Dino graffiti route is modified from an IL route, so it's got some decently precise tricks. It's not exactly the same as the IL route. There are a couple like safer strats, but let's see.
So we see Both
Diller entering
Jamie and
Hikage
Diller
and
entering
Jamie.
Hikage. I don't know exactly what we're looking at with stream delays here, but I'm pretty sure, going off just what we know, Diller going for graffiti first. I would like to see Jamie not go for graffiti and instead try to get that, which we'll see.
Diller is not doing the graffiti route optimally, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. I can't tell which side of the map he's on.
He is on right side, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Diller's doing it correctly. Jamie, however, opting to go for the tape first, which I think is the correct play here. Allowing them to go and get that top. And we see they could be setting themselves up pretty decently here. I mean, Jake probably is leading sewers if Jake can manage to grab that 99th square and for a bingo in this top row.
Jamie likely isn't going to be able to contest Hikage graffiti unless Diller messes this up completely. But Jake getting Sky Dino graffiti soon. Let me see if I can get a square counter for them. Cool, one tag left. Also, nice out of map. That one's called the Bermuda Triangle, I think. So you fall into this little triangle.
And what somebody just mentioned in chat, if Krabby has spotted this bingo and is going into 99th to get Trix 40, which it looks like he is. I don't think it's possible for them to be able to snag this row, or the row 1 bingo.
Yeah, Jake picked up Sky Dino.
Yeah, looks like it. And Jake going for another out-of-map Death Warp. Sky Dino was kind of full of these, so it's a really fun map to navigate.
The Death Plane is just kind of full of holes, and so once you know where they are, you can get out of it really easily.
The interesting thing to mention about Hikage graffiti, which Diller is working on right now, is you need cans to spray graffiti, obviously. Or maybe not obviously if you don't know this game, but and you see that little can counter in the top left-hand corner, or top right-hand corner, rather. Even though all players are playing on different characters, every character is modded to have the same stats as Gum, which is kind of the standard character that you play as in this game. And as such, you can carry 30 cans. However, Hikage is often really hard to get the number of cans that you need to complete the graffiti you need to complete. It is very hard. It is very specifically routed out for the number of cans that you need to complete stuff. And so if you mess that up, you can be really screwed, and you end up having to traverse the entire map to get cans. Because cans do automatically refresh at some point, but not in any speedy way.
Yeah, so the way the graffiti routes in Bingo specifically work is that the regular unmodded game has 2 sets of graffiti for each area. There's the regular story graffiti, which you do in any percent, and then there's a second round of post-game graffiti that you do in 100% categories. Bingo has both on the board at the same time, which means this isn't like a version of the graffiti that would exist in the unmodded game. So we have specific routes for Bingo. Hikage specifically is very difficult because there are a lot of sprays and not a lot of cans. In the story, you can deal with there being a lot of sprays because there are cop fights, and cops give you cans when you knock them over, but there's none of that in Bingo, and so you just have to panic.
So we see this game coming down to a pretty close game as well. If Diller is able to get this graffiti, which is kind of like, oh, well, they're fucking on par with each other now. Sorry, language. They're on par with each other now. If it really, basically, they're granted that they're tied right now. Whoever gets Kage graffiti wins. To my knowledge, and Jamie and Diller are within 1 spray of each other.
The distribution of the sprays is important, though. Some areas of the graffiti level are faster than others. I think they both just have center. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, so we see Diller heading there now. Diller is slightly further along, like logistically, but this is a hard area to do. So we'll see if Jamie can clutch this out. Oh no, taking a detour for cans are no longer there.
Yeah, I think Diller has the advantage just because he got into this center room first, but
it's going to be a matter of gameplay.
go Jamie go. Let's see, Krabby has picked up FRZ tricks.
Although
Yeah.
both those squares are kind of a moot point at this point because it's decided by this 3-point graffiti square.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie is just now getting to center room.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't bode well for them.
yeah, I was wondering why you were saying this game is over, Ekla. Oh
Jamie
no, that hurts.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, they made it worth it, so.
Yeah, so Diller just has that one extra large at the bottom.
And that looks like it is going to be game as soon as Diller does this XL in the most impractical way possible. Well,
all right, so that's game.
GG's. That is another, not a 1-point game, but a 1-square game, which is still impressive, especially with Hokage Graffiti being as close as it was.
Yeah. So Jamie has, it looks like 6 or 7 more sprays to go, but it was close. I think that fall and their stopping for cans a couple times cost it.
It really did. However, that's always the safest thing to do in Hokage.
Yeah,
because
especially
the are so tight.
Yeah, Jamie had no idea how close of a race that was. Calls like that, hard to make. All right, so we are 1-1. I should find the next board.
And
that
Jamie
would be
finishing Hokage
smart.
Graffiti right after. Both Jake and Krabby having a hell of a time in series right now. Yes, please.
Can the stream? I was gonna say, can the stream hear the tech announcements? After this match, we're gonna take a couple of minutes of break because bingo is stressful and players need to rest. I have the next board, Phospho. It's a mean one.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go for my water bottle and stuff like that. Let's just wait for them to wrap up.
Yeah, let them
Jake,
pick up the square.
Points 100k. Yeah, let's just wait for them to get the soul.
Krabby is doing swag things, I assume.
Oh my god, Krabby.
Krabby's like Sewer's tricks that he's kind of ratted out this tournament or this season of Bingo are just completely insane.
Sewers is such a pain of an area to play. It's like
I think there's a clip of the commentary when Krabby first did the like special unlock, and you can just hear everyone losing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
that's
good
the
game,
board.
everybody. We'll be taking a short break, going back to the title screens. Give you some ambiance as we as everybody kind of refreshes, fills health bars, etc. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, and we're
Awesome.
back.
Welcome back, everybody. I think we are, well, getting ready to go on the commentator side, or on the player side.
Yep, players will be revealing in about a minute and a half.
Our new board is not up yet, but there we go. Perfect.
We can look at it.
Oh boy! So this is
Breaking
a
up
fun
the sewers
one.
graffiti.
So this is going to be a fun board.
This is my super stacked Kogane one, right? Yeah.
So all of those red is all areas in RDH and and off of RDH and sewers, or off of sewers primarily. Which is exciting because a lot of those areas are really fun and hard to navigate.
Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in RDH, I think. Yes.
5 souls in RDH? Oh my god.
We've got sewers graffiti. We've got 2 in Kibo. We've got 1 in FRD.
And as such, we only have 3 in Darkside.
Yeah.
In one in each of 3 areas. But this'll be a fun one.
It's always chaotic when you get a board that's just like super stacked in one kind of area of the board or of the level.
So, there is this one, I think one of the more interesting things that happens, it's one of my favorite things that happens in bingos, is when one team sends 2 players to the same area, because if it works out well, it is a strategy that works very well.
When it works well, it's a strategy that works well.
Sorry,
well said.
Asking. Anyways, I'll be very excited to see if a team sends 2 players to RDH, because that could be kind of impressive.
Yeah, there are also very few like quick early game kinds of things on this board.
Yeah,
we've got Hikage Cubby, which is only really fast if you're going into Shibuya already. Like.
This board isn't exactly mean. There's not a ton of like super hard souls, just with it all centered in one area. It's kind of one region of the board. It's going to be real interesting and fun to watch.
Yeah. The like super stacked in one section is.
Yeah, we got 4 in Shuo, including a graffiti. However, some of those true souls are a little bit slower. Specifically Red Canal.
Yeah, Red Canal's a little slow, but
even
south of Hayashi and therefore are right there. Not too bad. They're going. Shibuya isn't like unstacked. Yeah, okay. So 5 in RDH.
Alright, and so then here we go. We do not see any team sending 2 players to the same area. I am terribly sad.
In 2v2, sometimes that's the play, but generally you want to have your players at least a little bit spread out so you can contest things in different parts of the map if you need to.
It is only typically something that happens right off the jump.
Yeah. Jakey and Krabby both going for RDH right away. Jakey
getting grind. I would have thought that Krabby was ahead just based on his stream delay, but it appears that Jake is actually slightly ahead. Granted that Krabby still did grab that soul.
And Jamie and Diller both going for Chuo right away. Jamie gets the south of Hayashi. Diller going for graffiti?
Chuo graffiti right off the bat. Interesting, because in theory, does Jake make it? No, Jake goes all the way out. So what's interesting in this area like RDH is that we see both Krabby and Jake in this area like sniping each other back and forth to souls, which is interesting to see. I will be very curious to see how the rest of this plays out.
Yeah, so Diller's gonna get sniped.
Yeah, we blame Krabby's stream. Goddamn Norwegian internet.
Okay. Let's see. So it seems like.
Oh, Jake, that was really good. That was so good.
Seems like the Apologists are coming out on top in the early head-to-head in these two areas.
All RDH, that was a complete lie.
Jamie and Still are both going for early Chuo Graffiti. I guess with only 2 on the board and the other being Sewers, Chuo is definitely preferable.
Sewers is a hell of a graffiti route, let's just put it that way. It is incredibly difficult and incredibly punishing to do quickly.
Oh, Diller's got like a 15 spray lead here.
Yeah.
Jake boosting directly into a corner. You love to see it.
As you do. And unfortunately, okay, there we go. And so now we see both Jake and Krabby heading into Sewers, is where a large majority of the souls of this game are located.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see which kind of direction.
Lots of head-to-head, players in the same area. Lots of sniping in boards like this. Let's see. Jake is going into FRZ.
And Krabby is already there. And with Krabby's much more sizable stream delay, Krabby actually has a pretty big lead on Jake in FRZ.
Got Special and Air 8. In the version of FRZ that we play Bingo in, it's the post-game. So there's this giant middle beam that appears after the story in FRZ that you can just go right up to the top. And so most of Bingo strategy and routing revolves around that. So...
Kobe. Let's see. Am I stupid? What is FRZ special?
Just go up the...
Oh, right, okay. Oh, Krabby missed it! Krabby missed the tape! Oh, so Jake is now in the lead here!
Oh. Okay, so... Jake has unlocked Special. I assume that they're going to pick up Special and then we'll unlock Air on their way.
You can unlock Air off of that if you have a boost, which they do. They get that flawlessly.
Nice job.
There we go.
Yeah. So, FRZ is one of the highest, air trick combos required in the game, but the area is massive and very vertical, so literally just have to jump from anywhere.
Yeah, this was kind of interesting because in all, I mean, I guess we can see that Jake shouldn't have gone here. Of course, they didn't know that. And then also, oh no, that hurts though. Oh no!
I was watching someone else's stream. I had no idea what's happening.
Jake missed Air 8 falling down and then had to give up, which is so tragic.
You hate to see it.
Oh my god, they had that too. That's so unfortunate. And so FRZ being evenly split, and however Jake having the slight advantage out of there, it looks like.
Diller got the Chuo Graffiti.
And they both head into Kibo. Oh my god! Jamie and Kage. Like, I'm not even paying attention to Diller and Krabby, to Diller and Jamie right now. I feel bad.
Yeah, let's see. Diller is in Shibuya, picking up. That's points, I believe.
And with Jamie and Hokage, Jamie is going for, I'm assuming, that so there's actually 2 souls here. Both of them.
There's Cubby
both of them
and
unlocked in the right room. Oh, there's 3 then.
Crane. The other one.
Special or points.
Points.
And so both of these are unlocked in. Both of these are unlocked in.
Did Krabby do fence jump?
That's the. Oh my god. Fence jump is a difficult piece of movement.
Fence jump is the super difficult trick that gets you halfway across Kibo. So it was really useful last season of Bingo. People relied on it really heavily to get around the area quickly because it's a giant loop and takes forever to get around. However, since then we've discovered a way easier and way faster trick that does the same thing, and Krabby still does fence jump just for the swag, I guess.
Yeah, and so we've discovered a few of these kind of these tricks. This one is affectionately called Quikage 4.0.
AKA the unnamed stall launch.
It is, and they behave differently on emulator and on normal hardware. Krabby is on normal hardware, still chooses not to do it, and Jake is on emulator and is deciding to head to, and is forced to go the long way around because fence jump is so hard to get consistently.
Yeah. Alright. Diller in Dogen. Jimmy still including the Pikage. So let's score at 8 to 10.
However, Jemmy is about to be uncontested at 3 souls, so...
It's like Krabby fell in Kibo. You hate to see it.
Does Jemmy not realize that... Jemmy already got it. Never mind. No, wait, what? Did I miss? Oh, no, I missed it. Okay, Jemmy already got it. Sorry. I'm really bad at commentating.
Why did we invite you to do this?
I'm sorry.
Alright, let's look at the board. Do we have any bingo opportunities? No. Cool. This board is super scattered. With the super heavily stacked in one area kind of boards, generally the play is to focus on that rather than the board placement of everything. So, not terribly surprising.
So Jake in sewers, but not going for graffiti. I'm gonna say smartly because graffiti is kind of a disaster.
Okay, we have to keep talking. I'm not a model.
Oh, not a model play.
Okay, so
sorry. Okay, cool.
Wonderful. This is the
well. It looks like
soundtrack.
Jake is partial spraying. I don't know if they'll go out of their way, and instead we'll just go grab special. Why
would you do special and not just do all the graffiti while you're there?
Right. I'm not making sense at this point.
The other fun thing about 100-meter room, which is the giant pillar that special spawns at the top of, is that there are 2 or 3 sprays on the way up also, just for added fun. So doing the sewers graffiti route requires you to do 100-meter room too.
Yeah,
so
and actually,
Jake is going to be here for the rest of their mortal life.
As soon as but however, this is probably the play to commit to this 100%. Now that I'm thinking about it, especially because Krabby is good at it.
Yeah, getting it out of the way early, especially because the Cheetos got Chuo.
Yes. However, Jake now has a fairly sizable lead.
Yeah. Krabby has arrived.
Yeah, Krabby has arrived.
With sewers graffiti, you also can't do most of the super cool like floor skips because you'll miss graffiti on the way up.
Which honestly, thank goodness for that one, because they're hard.
All right, let's see. Where are people? Jakey getting pink half pipes. Diller on his way over there. It looks like.
By the way, if you want a display of peak gameplay, watch Krabby's screen for about the next 2 minutes. Oh, Krabby is not even going for graffiti.
Oh, what? Yes, he is.
He missed a spray in that first tunnel. Then.
Krabby.
I guess that he.
He changed his mind halfway through. He's I guess I'll get graffiti too.
Okay, anyways, I reiterate my previous statement. If you want a peak display of gameplay, watch Krabby screen for the next 2 minutes or so, because Krabby is one of the most skilled technical players of this game, I would say.
Yeah.
Not to kind of disparage anybody else at a top
All
level.
of our players are great.
But watching Krabby play this is really something special.
Yeah. Jamie and Diller are just... I think they're just like sniping each other for board cleanup everywhere else. They keep going for the same souls. So Jamie got floating pink half pipes. Diller got the Sky Dino soul.
And Diller
looks
probably
like
going
Diller's
to beat...
probably
Okay, so Jakey on not the last few actually. They still have to do 100-meter room.
Yeah.
But on the last few stuff at the top, Jakey's in the home stretch of Sewers Graffiti. Krabby still has the bulk of it ahead of him.
Yeah. Swords Graffiti, there aren't that many tags. It's just the way that they are distributed.
Exactly. They're super spread out through this incredibly hard to navigate area, essentially.
Yeah. Our resident math nerd says that this is a 1st to 15 board, so whichever team hits 15 points first wins. So Sewers Graffiti would win the game for the Cheetos, but I believe in Jakey.
Yeah, but Jammy would need to go grab these other souls around here. We need to get 3 of the remaining 4 squares, it looks like. Unless I'm doing 2 of the remaining 4 squares. Oh,
Ooh,
Jake.
it's the soda unlock race.
Oh, Jammy.
Gonna come down to stream delay, I think. But...
Which Jammy got, it looks like. Which was absolutely not what I was expecting. Going off stream delays. So it looked like Jammy is far more delayed than we anticipated.
Yeah, Jammy did the race better than Diller did. I think Diller probably entered a little
Jake
faster.
Having absolutely a hell of a time with this room, which is notoriously hard to navigate, so I don't fault them. But this is some hard shit.
Where are they going?
Oh boy, oh, is this gonna work? Yes. Okay. Thank goodness.
Let's go, Jakey. They are on low health now, but
1 hit it looks like, which is scary because there's lots of places to fall in sewers.
But they are pretty close on Graffiti, I think.
Well, they still have to do 100-meter.
Oh, they have to
and
not
Krabby is
fall.
now caught up with them. Oh no.
The spray is mean.
This spray is terrible in Jakey's defense.
You can get it in 1 pass if you're really good, but sometimes it just decides, no, you can suffer.
Okay, so Jake heading into 100-meter room to get their remaining 3 sprays. Oh, I would not have done that on 1 health.
Same.
Yeah, Jake's on 1 hit in an area that if you mess up even slightly can very easily make you take damage. So, and the bingo rules with death require that you go back to the same area where you died and then the same kind of general area of that area to collect your body, and then you can continue playing as normal. However, if you have done graffiti or unlocked tapes or anything in that area, oh boy, Jake. It requires you to, did either of them unlock this soul? I don't think I saw either of them unlock this soul. However, it doesn't matter for Cheetos. Jake, this is a really hard bit of this map, so I'm not faulting Jake for this, but in all likelihood, that kind of failure right there is what just cost them this graffiti. Which sucks because they were ahead of graffiti so much.
Yeah, but Krabby is kind of a god at graffiti.
Oh, shoot! I had that in my head earlier and then I forgot.
Both of us forgot that. Krabby is still missing a spray at the start.
Oh boy.
So
this is going to be interesting. Because these are the last sprays that Jake needs. Jake.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I actually clicked off of our Discord stream as that happens.
Okay, so Jake just needs to not.
Jake.
So Krabby is now panicking because he is 1 spray short. Jake just needs to get to the top before Krabby finds the spray he missed.
Which is easier said than done, but good lord.
Jake, you can't do this to us.
Jake absolutely should be able to get there before Krabby gets this, but he needs to. They need to nail this. Oh my god, I'm clenching so hard.
I'm going to kick you from this voice call.
The sewers map is also absolutely terrible to read, so
completely.
Krabby absolutely has no idea where this final soul he hit. Oh, 1 spray left. Oh god, Jake! This is insane! Jake's out of cans!
There are cans right there. They're fine.
Oh,
Okay,
oh
there
my
we go. Oh, yeah, Krabby has no idea where the soul.
oh my god. Oh, well, first to 15. Oh, they just won.
Oh, you're right. Wait, neither of them had special unlocked.
Oh my god. This is the most insane Wow, so this is why we love JSRF Bingo. It is like this all the time.
Yeah.
Oh. Jake, please get health. I'm begging you.
Jake didn't even have the tape.
No. Jake did. Okay, they're going to
just
get
picked
health
up
in
the tape.
Keto. They're going to get health in Keto. No, they're not. Oh my god.
To be fair, they've already
To
won.
be fair,
the
it
game.
doesn't
They have
matter.
nothing to lose.
Doesn't mean
But,
it's not stressing me out.
if we do see them die, a death isn't like an insta loss or anything. You have to go back to wherever on the map you died. The equivalent of like retrieving your body or like whatever. I don't know. In other games.
Yeah, now they're fighting
Yeah.
for Pride Super Special. Exactly. Does Jake not know how to do this jump? The floor to free skip doesn't look like it.
There is chaos unfolding in the Bingo Sync chat. So Jammy marked the soda square and accidentally unmarked it, and Diller was like, was that an accidental early mark? Because if so, it's my square, because it was close. Which could be true. It's super hard to tell with the stream delay, though.
I think Jammy does generally have worse stream delay than Diller, so I think it's kind of understandable.
Yeah.
But definitely one thing about this game mode is with a lot of really tightly wrapped, like kind of tightly mapped, not tightly, fuck, I can't talk, with a lot of kind of like tight gameplay in a lot of places. Even the smallest like misclick can lose you a square, and so half of this is playing well. The other half is knowing where to click and knowing when to click. So
yeah, with a bingo game that's so fast-paced, it is almost impossible to be like hyper-precise with these things. But that is the way that things are.
flipping soda doesn't change the outcome of the game, though. However,
It
means that routing would be different, and
it means that the game comes down to sewer special instead.
And neither of them are really trying at this point, I don't think. It is kind of hilarious to see Jake go for this and skip over and over again and not get it. Still on 1 health, by the way.
Let's see. Trying to decide which board I want to subject the players to next.
But I don't know if this is the case actually, but I know it's generally a rule in JSRF Bingo that you, not generally, it is a rule that you have to mark the square as soon as you get it. And then with certain squares like character unlocks, we have pre-agreed upon points in like interactions at which you are good to mark a square, because sometimes it does come down to a few frames or whoever can click fastest. And if you accidentally click a square before you got it, it's no bueno, and it can change the outcome of an entire game. So
yeah, there's a point in the unlock text where it says character has joined your team, and as soon as you see that, you're good to mark the square.
There we go, Krabby finally picking up that square.
All right. So that sure was a game. That's another one to the Apologists, and another like down to 1 point game. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's. Which of these two boards do I want? I vote this one, I think. Yeah.
Sounds like Krabby sitting in the bingo sync chat that he was feeling the IL muscle memory, and he missed a he missed a spray in the IL as well, which is really funny. Very tragic, but kind of funny. Yeah, it wouldn't be Bingo-thon without someone getting sewered. True that.
It wouldn't be JSRF without someone getting sewered, just
Even,
in general.
Yes.
Alright, we have a card. I don't remember which cards this one was. This one. Hello. Alright. So, let me just make sure players are good to go. The board already revealed on stream. It is.
It is, yeah. And so we see this one very heavily loaded in Dark Side.
Here's my stacked Dark Side one.
Which will be very fun to see.
What do we have for graffiti? I think this one has Hikage and FRZ, which are both long.
Long, and this one just has Hikage.
Oh, never mind. Maybe the next board will have FRZ then. Spoilers. Let's see. So we have the area breakdown. 99th Street has 5 souls. Sky Dino has 4, and Highway Zero has 4.
Yeah.
So this is we're sending 2 players to the same area board.
Especially because Highway Zero, Sky Dino unlocks are definitely not something to be trifled with, but if you know them well, a lot of them can be quite fast. So that's interesting.
Highway Zero as well, yes.
Highway Zero is also quite fast, especially if you know how to navigate the area most efficiently.
Yeah, and outside of Ben 10, the dark side, we've got one like semi-stacked area being Hikage, and that's it. Like everything else has 1 or 2 things.
And so one interesting thing is column 4 has 3 of 5 in Highway Zero.
Oh, that's interesting.
The difference being, or the thing being, one of them is unlock soda, which is A, slow, B, has the potential to lock somebody in.
Yeah.
It could be a disaster.
Row 5 also is all but 1 are in Dark Side. It's got FRZ Air 8.
Yeah, there's a few of those. And the other kind of soul in column 4 is a default, although it is a Kibo default that is required getting all the way around the match board to get to.
Yeah.
So we will see how this ends up going. This will be another exciting one.
Place your bets for how many people go to Dark Side right away. It might be everyone. It might.
And also, will we be going to a round 5? We'll see. Revealing, going in about 15 seconds. Somebody in chat calling out 3 to Dark Side and 1 to Shibuya, 1 being Krabby. We're about to see.
I would believe that.
I would believe that as well.
Yeah, that's a good call. Alright, so. Diller to Shibuya. Jakey to Dark Side. Jammy to Dark Side having a little trouble.
And Krabby also to Shibuya. So you were almost right, Aqua.
You were 3 to Dark Side, 1 of the Cheetos to Shibuya, but your brain is almost huge. Exactly. So are we gonna see?
We can see both
Jakey in the 99th. Krabby on stream delay.
I mean, I guess on stream delay is pretty much on pace with Jammy. Oh,
I would
but
assume
Krabby
so.
going into 99th as well. I would say Krabby is likely slightly behind Jake.
Yeah. Diller picks up Shibuya top of bus, which is one of the super quick defaults. That was some good routing from Jakey.
Yeah, because this also putting Jake right in the location of Trix 40, which they are also going to pick up right off the bat, or Grand 15 rather, not Trix. However, these other two souls are both in light side. Krabby has a significant advantage to them, and he appears to be heading that direction. Let's see. I'd be really curious to see. So Jake has the opportunity to escape 99th right here and head straight into Skydino or Highway 0.
But they're not doing that.
But they're not doing that because Krabby, unfortunately, has not played their hand yet. Let's see if they do a 180 once Krabby's grabbed this.
At this point, it's faster.
They're now closer to just get out of here.
Yeah. The thing about... Yeah, so Darkside has this one rail that you can boost jump off of back onto this highway and, like, leave the area right away.
So the interesting
thing...
thing...
you need to know that you need to leave, like, pretty immediately.
Exactly. Interesting thing here is, although 99th Street was split between Jake and Krabby, Jake now has the significant advantage heading out of 99th Street, and I'm going to guess that they are going to run up to Skydino because Jenny is already in Highway 0.
That would be a good call, yes. Diller is doing Hikage graffiti early. That's a decision.
We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Cheetos
it is the only graffiti on the board, so it is valuable in that sense. It's just such a commitment this early in the game.
Yeah, it is absolutely like a 5-minute kind of graffiti route. Jake playing...
Diller isn't really in a place to contest any of the stuff going on Darkside, though, so it's not like a terrible play by any means.
Oh, Jake, are you gonna get around? There we go. There you go. Attaboy. Just getting some weird movement through Skydino. Again, knowing where everything is in this level is kind of really important.
Alright, Jamie's starting the soda race, but uncontested, so they are...
And also Jake uncontested in Skydino as Krabby leaves the area. This is really interesting. Because, we've been left with Apologists completely uncontested in the two areas that have the most souls.
But Diller uncontested everywhere else. And
I mean, I suppose, but that's 3 souls in a graffiti. They have access to 8 souls right here and significant portions of board control. So I will be fascinated to see how this turns out.
Yeah. Krabby going into Kogane now. What all is there? It wasn't much, but... Oh, that's not terrible. 2 in Sewers, 2 in Kibo, 2 in FRZ1 and Bottom Point, which he's again completely uncontested to. This is kind of a strat you see in JSRF Bingo. If you can predict where your opponents are going, which is especially easy to do if there is a super stacked area on the board, you can kind of say, okay, I'm gonna let them have that. What can I do that's worth the same amount or more points in the meantime?
Yeah, and so, yeah, I mean, this is interesting because everybody is uncontested right now, which is kind of wild to see. I guess it's interesting this early in the game, but...
in order to contest Jakey and Jammy here, who I believe had an advantage into both areas, and are now completely uncontested here, you would have to be super confident in your movement in those areas. Which, I mean, I'm sure Krabby could do it, but this might be the better tactical play.
I mean, we'll see.
How is Diller doing on that graffiti?
19
out of...
I haven't been paying attention too heavily, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's uncontested. It's... whatever happens will happen. He went left side first, presumably to pick up the tape, so he's gonna run into some can problems, unless he's being super careful.
Jake on 1 hit in Skydino.
Jake.
Oh
Jake,
my god, that's
Jake.
it. Oh! I was not sure they were gonna catch that rail. Good fucking lord.
Health down here if they can get it.
Oh, and they unlocked air at the same time. That was incredibly swag.
I think Jake might actually be insane. It is really easy to take way more damage than expected in Skydino because lots of the buildings have collision on the way down, and so you can fall, and instead of just taking one hit, you can take 2 or even 3 hits on your way fall as you fall down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a fairly well. So it's gonna all come down right at the end, because both teams are kind of cleaning up their respective uncontested areas. But as soon as like somebody hits, as soon as it's clear like there's only X kind of squares left on the board, it's gonna be a rush to like 1 or 2 squares. This is probably what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, the Hikage graffiti is also going to be a pretty major point swing for the Cheetos. Let's see.
I mean, it's gonna put them, depending, either 1 point ahead or tied.
Where is Krabby headed? Krabby is headed into Kibo. Okay, I was gonna say if Jake wants to go... Oh, okay. So, the Apologists could go for Kibo for that column 4 bingo, but Krabby is already there. They could also... The bottom left to top right bingo.
Yeah.
And bottom point, which is 2 squares. Might be kind of tough, but... Who knows? Krabby doing fence jump again, like a champion.
That man's a fucking... God, that man is a legend. He is such a good player at this game. Missing fence jump, unfortunately, and it looks like we are going to see him give up, which is kind of fair.
Yeah, let's see. So Apologists are both heading out to Kogane.
Because I think they realize that this is their kind of winning play.
Yeah.
Especially also because there's nothing left in
yeah, there's nothing to pick up there. Okay. So they basically need to get into their areas before Krabby gets out of Kibo. So one of them has to... Which Sewer's soul is it? Points. So one of them has to start climbing immediately. Jakey's going right into bottom point.
Has Diller gotten Hikage graffiti yet? Not quite. 30 out of 50.
I think he's just got center room left.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Alright, Apologists are in position for a diagonal bingo.
That would be kind of wild to see, and we'll see if either Diller or Krabby notices it. Because it's now only 1, and it's Sewer's points 100k, which is not an easy soul to get, in all fairness, but they have a pretty significant lead on it now.
If Krabby can get this Kibo quickly, I think he's going for the Air 4, because it's looks not like that long a soul.
Oh, nope. I think he's dipping. I think he's noticed.
Oh no.
Yep,
okay.
He's noticed.
So if Krabby pulls off his super swag, Sewer's jumps, he could pull ahead of Jammy.
If Krabby snipes Jammy to Sewers, this is going to be the saddest thing in the world. Jammy, that's not... Oh, no!
Oh, oh no.
That's so tragic. That was not the right setup for that jump, too. It's clear that Jammy's just super anxious about getting this.
You hate to see it.
However, Jammy getting the first floor skill... Oh, Jake now in real contention for this. This is...
Krabby going...
Oh, no!
Super swag mode.
This is
everything okay over there, Buffalo?
No, Jake fell too.
Yeah,
so
I know.
once Krabby falls, this is decided.
Meanwhile, Diller's still in Kage.
Oh my god.
I think Epla in chat was saying that Diller is just...
Here? That's not points. Oh, it's grind 10. Oh, Krabby's in... Oh.
Ekla was joking in chat that Diller's just like taking up permanent residence in
Krabby?
Krabby? Oh no.
He didn't see it, or did he fall?
Oh my god. Oh my god. He didn't see it. I'm losing my mind.
This is the most comical.
Hello and welcome to JSRF Bingo. This
No,
is
Jake! Jesus Christ! I am going. This game is gonna. Oh.
Yeah, so this board is 1st to 14 unless there's a bingo. So
they have to see it now, right?
they have to.
That's the only square left on the board. And now both Jake and Jamie are in sewers, both significant leads on Krabby and Diller. Why is Diller getting...
You say significant leads as if they haven't both fallen like 5 times.
Why is Krabby getting the Shibuya tape? Is Diller just giving up? I don't think he and Diller realizes how close this race is.
Yeah.
Jake falling again. Oh!
Stop going for swag, the game depends on this. Yeah.
Krabby, oh my god, Jamie, stop! Jamie, just... Oh! Jamie, no! Jamie, please. Okay.
I am going to cry.
This is so intense! Krabby's up there. Oh my god.
If either of them had given up on the swag and just
at any
climbed.
single point, they would have made it.
Krabby's at the top. Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, so...
This is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Due to a glitch, half-pipes don't reset your points combos. Krabby landed in the half-pipe.
My god! This is one... Holy shit.
Oh my god. Okay, we're taking a quick break for my emotional well-being, and... okay. Game 5, everyone. Coming soon.
Bathroom. This is so wild.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes once I
okay.
my sanity.
Oh, whew. Everybody go take a little nap. We'll be back in 3 to 5. See ya. All right, welcome back, everybody.
How are we doing? How's everyone's emotional well-being?
Are we doing okay? Did everybody get to go on a walk, maybe take a short nap, recover, have some food, drink some tea? That was one of the most intense games of bingos. I think we've seen this tournament. I'm gonna say, I don't actually quite know, but that was kind of nuts.
I am on my way to strangle Krabby IRL for that. The swag of that points unlock. I guess what's back?
So
Sewers Graffiti.
We're back. Oh no, not Sewers Graffiti.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a 3 graffiti board, meaning we should be around for a little bit longer this time. We got FRZ, Sewers, and Dogen. All 3 of those are fairly hefty graffiti routes. But none of them are too bad, with the exception of Sewers, which we've talked about. We see the big kind of gambit. This round is Dogen has 4 souls and a graffiti, including...
Chuo also has 3, so the Shibuya area in general is
fairly loaded. Interesting thing about Dogen is that its tape is almost at the end of its graffiti route, so you really do have to make the play of, do you run and rush the tape first or go for the graffiti first? Especially because if you get the tape, you can go for most of the soul unlocks and pickups in the course of the normal graffiti route, which isn't the case for a lot of other areas.
Yeah, but if your opponent just commits to the graffiti, you pretty much can't contest that if you get the tape first.
Whichever is the other one that you choose, you often will lose it. You can't really do both in this situation.
Yeah.
And if you're contested.
You said there are 4. Yeah, there are 4 Dogen souls, which is worth more than the graffiti actually. So, let's see, which Dogen souls do we have? Grind 10, points, air, and tricks. So you just do the unlock sequence, basically.
Yep. It
requires a full lap because all of them are past the point of no return.
So yeah, there's a couple interesting things in Dogen, which hopefully we'll see. I really hope we get somebody doing this unlock sequence in Dogen, which allows us to see a fabled triple soul unlock. We'll see. Yeah, and a couple other things are kind of being discussed in chat. I don't know how many people are here that aren't our community members. But we have some fun stuff that we might talk about, including co-op bingo at the end of this game. If people want some information about joining JSRF bingo and the JSRF speedrunning community as a whole. And let's go for, hopefully, final game of our best of 5 finals.
I have a 6th board, but if this ties and we need to go to a game 6, I'm gonna be very sad. I mean, it'll be wild, but...
So we see multiple people booking into Dogen right off the bat, and we see both of them, in fact, going for the tape, which is kind of, you go around and get it this way. And then both Jamie and Krabby are in Shibuya. Jamie opting to go for that top of bus first, and Krabby looking like he is heading into Hikage. Wow, that stream delay on Krabby's end is kind of intense.
Yeah. Jamie heading into Chuo. What's in Chuo? I should look at the board. Right Canal, Air 4, Tricks 30. Air 4 and Tricks 30 are both pretty easy unlocks. Right Canal is a default, but it is a little further into the level. However, it isn't past that drop that you can't go back from, so not committing to a full lap.
Yes. Krabby only getting Hikage Cubby and then kind of dipping out of there. Interesting to see. I think that's the smart play, because Hikage Tricks is definitely more involved.
Yeah. Cubby is super quick.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see where he goes next. Jakey not doing the unlock sequence. My heart is broken.
My heart. Still are gonna do it?
I don't think so, no.
Oh my god. You can plan out your tricks so that you unlock 3 souls in Dogen on the same trick, basically. So you get like the 3 unlock animations on the same frame.
So this is going to be a first to 16 board. Oh, Jake missing that. That hurts.
Oh, that's bad.
That really hurts. Because that means they are stuck into another full lap of Dogen, and
They're
they
starting
are forfeiting
graffiti,
both
but-
of those souls that are up there.
Yeah. It looks like they're starting on graffiti, but they're gonna have to do another lap anyways if they want the graffiti.
Yeah, because there's some.
And also Diller is going for it.
Oh boy, let's see if Jakey just runs and gets tricks or points, which is this soul down here. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so Jakey gets points.
Intimidation tactic. That's the
Is
crabby
points
soul.
not on there? Or am I?
It is.
Why did Jake not mark points? That's what they just picked up, correct? And they didn't do the L either. Are they baiting?
I'm telling them in chat. They might have just forgotten. There we go.
Cool.
It happens.
Oh, they picked it up. Okay. Did they do the large by the points soul?
I assume so.
Okay.
Okay.
Grabby and Highway Zero. I guess I kind of forgotten about that.
Forgot that Highway Zero exists.
Well, forgot that Krabby was a player. We see
There are 3 in Highway Zero, so it's not too bad.
one of them being Trick 70, which is of course a piece of cake for Krabby. Not
This game is no longer about strategy, mechanics, gameplay. It's about whose brain is still working.
Yeah, basically. I can kind of say firsthand, 5 rounds of bingo is a lot of rounds of bingo, especially in a stressful tournament setting. So this definitely is a lot mentally for these players.
Yeah, with the best of 5, you can never tell how many games of bingo you're really in for. Could be over in 3. You could be here all night.
Interestingly, I think we're probably gonna see Jamie heading into Sewers Kogane.
Yeah.
With 2 points, 2 souls in
Cheetos were a little behind on points after the early game rush, but Krabby cleaning up Highway Zero has evened them back out.
And I think Jake just has the marketplace left to do, and then those couple souls, however, they are going to have to do that in their full round of Dogen, Diller giving up on that.
There's this one specific spray
that forces you to go around. Yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
We'll point it out when you get to it, but there's a spray that sends you off a rail that you can't get back from, that sends you over this cliff, essentially.
Yeah, there are a lot of the levels in this game are just a loop, and a couple of them, I know Chuo does, I know Dogen does. That might be it.
Kage does as well, technically, but it's right at the start, so it's different.
Oh, yeah. Have a point that you, fall from and then can't go backwards from. So, in Dogen you can do this whole early section without having to do a full lap, but once you go past there, you're committed. In Chua, it's a little further in.
If Jake misses this jump again, I'm gonna cry. Okay. We do see both Jammy and so we didn't get to comment on this while it was happening, but both Jammy and Diller in bottom point split evenly. However, this means that Hikage, they're now both going to be racing to Hikage, I assume.
Oh yeah, because that would be a bingo for the
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Bingo. Jammy either doesn't notice it or isn't going for it.
4 in a row alert. Let's see, so Jakey is zooming through Hikage, or Dogen, not Hikage.
However, Diller and Jammy don't seem to see it either, so cool.
Either that or they're not going for it right away.
Yeah. There are 3 sprays, or 3 things in Sewers. We got center structure, we've got points, 100k, and we've got 100% graffiti.
Yeah.
Jammy, I think, smartly going for partial spraying graffiti. We'll see if they end up going for the center structure as well. Which...
Apologists had that column 3 bingo, but Crappy was already in Sky Dino, so that's not happening. They've got they could go for the column 1 bingo if they really wanted to, but it's got that sewers graffiti and Kibo points, just a little difficult as well.
That'd be legendary if they ended up getting that. Jamie, has somebody marked center? Okay, Jamie's gotten center structure.
Jakey going into Hikage.
Which, I mean, they're now completely uncontested here. They did force their hand to go there, but with Apologists, it's 12-9 right now. It's like, it's not really hurting them. They're getting another square.
Yeah. If, so Jakey gets this Hikage, and...
Diller getting that spray in one go, that's impressive.
Ooh.
Just wanted to note that.
Yeah, nice job. If Jakey gets Hikage and Jamie gets sewers, that's game. Sewers race again.
However, I think
JSRF
that Diller
tournament
is slightly ahead of Jamie. Nope, they're neck and neck.
They're tied on sprays. Jamie's already got brown room. I don't think either of them got anything on the way up. I think they were rushing souls.
But Jamie falling, that really sucks. That really sucks for Apologists.
Can they capitalize on this mistake? Nope, they are going to though.
Which is kind of a smart play, because with a first to 14 game and no more available bingos, they get 2 more. 16? Oh, it's 16. Oh, I got 14 in my head. Whoops.
Jamie could go to FRZ. That would also decide the game if they get in uncontested.
Jamie is instead committing to sewers.
Pain.
I think, again, accidentally entering Kibo.
Yeah, if the Apologists get 1 graffiti, they win this. The strat would be to, like, do both of them just to guarantee that they get 1, but they also, at that point, they also risk just getting sniped to both.
Yeah, which, of course, granted, we can see isn't going to be a problem, but... Oh, well... Now, I take it back.
Krabby has entered FRZ. Yeah, they either need all souls or 1 graffiti.
And now, both the graffitis are being done by Team Cheetos, neither of them are being done by Apologists.
One of the souls they need is in the sewers.
Oh boy. This is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
100k will slow down Diller, but that's still not special.
They pretty solid. Yeah, they could have had this game, but now it's up in the air again. So they
very easily had this game, it seems like, interestingly, but...
We don't know if Diller has tape. I kind of assume he does, but we don't know for sure.
I didn't see him grab it, but again, that doesn't make a difference. If he has to go all the way down and all the way back up, that is a significant difference.
Yeah, because the only sewer soul that's been picked up so far is a default, and Jammy got it. So Jake is now also in FRZ, but
however,
at like a 10-15 spray lead.
And Krabby again. The FRZ graffiti route is one of my favorites to play personally. It is incredibly fun.
Yeah, mine too.
And requires a lot of really, really like detailed movement. But then again, Krabby is our resident graffiti god. If you are trying to race Krabby to FRZ, unless something tragic happens, it's in all likelihood you are going to miss it.
FRZ does have the mazes, which are known for screwing people over.
Yeah.
But I think Krabby also has the world record in this graffiti IL, which is...
I wouldn't be surprised.
Similar to the bingo route.
Unfortunately, Jakey does not, I don't think, realizes that Krabby is already here, and as such, will be spending a decent portion of time working on this before Krabby snipes it. FRZ Graffiti is a blast.
Yeah.
If you want to see some other top tier gameplay, again, watch Krabby for the next couple minutes.
Diller is out of cans at the top of sewers. Oh, so we can see if he has the tape now.
Yeah, so
He's on the points rail. He does
nope,
not
he
have
does
the
not
tape.
have the tape. Oh my god. This also feels like a low number of sprays. Because I think there's only 3 in...
I don't think
Oh,
he
it's
has...
right there. It's right there. Yeah. I didn't say that this medium. Yeah, there's this medium. And then 100 meter room. However, again, he does not have the tape. Krabby messing up, missing a jump in mazes at this end section of the FRZ graffiti isn't exactly surprising. This area is very hard to do well.
This area just likes to screw you over sometimes. Especially if you haven't practiced it recently, the muscle memory for it just leaves you very quickly. Diller not having the tape could actually cost the game, which is really fun and exciting.
Well, it would require one of
Krabby getting mazed again.
Oh, Diller... Oh, wow. This is... Oh my goodness. This is kind of nuts. Where's which soul is... Oh no, Jimmy got it. Jimmy's just getting out of here.
Apologists are 1 point from victory. Jammy, please get out of Kibo. Complete commercial commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Equa. Yeah, it's... They just need 1 point for this. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, Diller is nowhere near it, so if Jammy can not be stupid about this... At this point, personally, I would just... I mean, I guess this doesn't matter. I'm not playing, but I would just go for the climb stuff that I know.
What's Krabby's graffiti count at?
Krabby's going
well, he's
down,
heading down, so...
With the last, about, I believe, 10, 15 sprays. Yeah.
Yep. Jakey was close, but not a whole lot can go wrong at this point.
I mean, Jakey caught up to Krabby a pretty noticeable, a significant amount. This is
Krabby
really
got pretty mazed.
So if Krabby getting a ladder jump, are you kidding me?
Jammy, where are you going? Jammy is climbing 100 meter room.
Jammy. Oh my god.
Jammy, you need points, not special or graffiti.
There's no Jammy is going up a dead end for him.
Jammy.
Oh,
bestie.
this is so tragic.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so tragic. Jammy could have had this. What?
Diller is falling.
Oh my god.
Jakey leaving FRZ ahead of
Beating
Krabby questionably.
No,
depending on
no,
speed.
this is the same. Or Krabby's ahead. I'm gonna lose my mind.
I have no brain cells left. I've lost it.
It's going to happen again. It's happening. Whoever gets...
Oh my god. Oh my god. So whoever gets
So
this...
I don't think that that Jakey and Jammy realize that all they need is 1 square here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so...
Diller marks Sewer's graffiti.
So Diller's marked Sewer's graffiti, so they now realize that's whoever gets this last...
Oh, has Diller not marked it yet?
No, it's on the bingo sync room.
Gotcha.
We have a 3.5 second delay.
Our square updating, or our square counter.
And Krabby already up on level 2, going for this level 2 to 3 skip. Which I don't think is... Oh. Wait, did he land on the... No way! No way! Oh, and this is enough. Oh. This is unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Holy
so Krabby's
shit.
Sewer's movement is going to win him the tournament.
Yep.
Krabby says please do
Krabby... Well, there we go. Our JSRF Bingo Season 2 victors, Cheetos, Diller, and Krabby. Krabby making it to the finals for the second time and coming out victorious this time around.
Yeah, what a round that was.
This was one of the most nuts series of bingo I've ever watched. Coming down to
Apologists to be ejected out of a cannon into the sun.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Well, yeah, pull
gonna-
everybody in. We're going to talk with folks for a second, and then we will go ahead and wrap it up. This was... Wow. But last game for sure.
Last square. Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, they've all been down to one square, so that was
Alright.
wild.
Hi, players. That was chaotic.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
Exhausted.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was a solid almost 2 hours of bingo there, folks. Congratulations to Cheetos, first off.
GG's.
Season 2 victors. Incredibly well played by
everyone.
everybody here.
That was some of the wildest bingo that the tournament has seen.
I know Krabby is not going to be able to respond to this, but I just want to say that you're the best sewers player I have ever seen. I bow before you.
All hail.
All hail.
That time.
Krabby was telling me Krabby told me I just unlocked the last medium, a small, and Krabby told me, "Oh yeah, I'm about to pick up 100K." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Krabby, everybody can hear me as well on stream, so hi. Krabby's sewer movement alone, straight up won 2 games.
Yep.
Straight up. There's no question about it. From the commentator's view, they won 2 full games because Krabby beat everybody to sewers, starting from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we were in good spots because I was pretty sure we had a points lead and needed sewer souls to, like, close out the game. I think Krabby just sniped us off from behind.
Yeah. There were... you folks should go watch these games, because there's some pretty nuts moments, especially in, I believe, Game 3, with the fact that everybody was having an absolutely miserable time in sewers, and if anything had gone differently for any one party, the game would have turned out differently. It was so nuts.
I'll definitely need to collect myself a little before I watch those.
Yeah, go take a nap, get a snack. You don't have to do it immediately.
Dude, I want to pretend Game 3 doesn't exist because my fucking... Oh, I'm sorry, can I cuss on this?
I don't know.
Keep it minimal.
My soda race was rich.
Yeah, that was wild.
I threw that game so hard with that soda race, and I was so mad.
I did 3 laps of Dogen.
You sure did!
It's the classic strat.
Is that what happened? I could have beaten you on that Dogen graffiti thing, what? Oh
yeah, Jake
Yeah,
fell.
definitely. I was gonna just go for the souls. And then I realized I would be ahead in graffiti, and then I missed the jump to grind and fell down. So I had to, in order to finish the graffiti, I had to go and get the one on the grind rail that hangs over the pointer.
Okay. I thought I had somehow just beat you to grind Swarny, and so when you marked 50K, I'm like, I'm out. He's already got this graffiti locked down. I'm out. Going to just
Diller
go do
bailed.
stuff.
I don't know if I should have gone for it. If I should have gone for other stuff.
I mean, it was.
You had a pretty strong early game lead.
Yeah, and then we had disadvantage on both of the ending graffitis.
Yeah.
So something went wrong. Like,
you could have won without them, but.
I also didn't do the math. Gonna be honest.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of that happening. Don't worry, you weren't the only one.
Doing the math.
This is what happens when you don't have me in the finals. God,
Yeah.
can't believe it.
we thought Jamie Pat might have been doing serious graffiti when he got center structure, but we just ended up committing. I just ended up committing to it and hoping I would beat him somehow.
I fell down, and I was like, well, maybe I should just go to Kibo since I fell down. And then I did that. Probably was not the play I should have made, but...
There was one, was it game 3 or game 4, where everyone just got sewered for like several minutes straight?
It was
But it had to be game 3. I think game 4 I didn't leave Chicago in game 4.
Oh right, you just moved in.
I think I got sewered every single game except game 5.
Yeah.
When I got Dogen.
The sewers return to power as the
JSRF
worst
Bingo's,
area in this goddamn game.
JSRF Bingo's final boss. The sewers.
Anyways, I think did any other commentators or any other commentators, players want to any final
I just want
words?
to say congrats, you played really well.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
Congrats
Team
again,
Cheetos. Unfortunately, you're all going to purgatory.
I want to apologize for getting salty over the soda marking, but I mean,
It's alright. You won the
All good.
tournament.
Well,
Alright. If no one else has things to say, I
Yeah.
think we gotta hand it back to Ace Bats.
yeah. I'll throw out a quick word about the JSRF speedrun community.
Yes, please do.
We are all normal speedrunners of this game. We run full game categories, most of us, and bingo is a great way to kind of get more out of this game. If any of this was interesting to you, I encourage you to come check us out. Our website is jsrfspeedruns.com. There's a link to all you need to know to get started on there, including a link to our Discord. You're more than welcome to hop in there, ask any questions you may have. We are all willing to help you out. It's a generally very friendly place and get you started. If you're interested in bingo, hop in there first. We can throw you the link to the bingo server, and we can get you started. There's lots of folks, including folks that have just started within the last couple of weeks on bingo. We encourage you to get involved if you want to. Thank you, everybody else. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm probably going to take a few months off before we move into season 3 for everybody's sake, but we hope to see you back then.
One more plug for bingo if you're interested in watching and following our future tournaments and other kind of one-off bingo content. We are over at JSRF Bingo on Twitch. All right.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll throw it off to
Bats has an
Bats.
outro.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We're throwing it off to Bats to wrap us up.
Yep. Thank you, Phosphor. I just want to give a quick shout-outs to Bingo-thon for hosting the finals, as well as giving one more congratulations to our winner, Krabby and Dilla from Team Cheetos. Again, we're not sponsored. Please don't. But also, huge shout-outs to the runners-up, Apologists, Jakey and Jammy. They fought really well, and it was so many close games. I wasn't expecting it to end up being a 5-round match, so that was a wild ride, as they say. And let's not forget the teams we unfortunately lost along the way, including my partner A-List Noon and Daf7 and 7th Ace from Team Modders. Ace also being the legend currently running tech for us right now. So huge round of applause, clap, clap, clap for 7th Ace. And on that note, a big thanks to all the members throughout that provided tech, alongside Ace, Dillo and Eclopricious. Also, anyone that did commentary for many of the matches, including Phosphor and Twinkachu, who did commentary for this match. Extra special shout-outs to Twinkachu for organising this tournament. 7th Ace for making the application to automate the scoring for this tournament. It's been a really handy tool. And again, we cannot go without saying thank you to Eclopricious for providing us with all the graphics you've seen today. They are so good. They've got so many great little jokes in them. I absolutely adore them. So many people worked really hard to make this happen, and it's been great to see all the pure passion and talent of this community shine throughout this entire tournament. Anyway, that's enough of the sappy stuff. Whether you've joined up from the start or you've enjoyed the finals today, remember, it doesn't matter if you don't know the lingo, it's always a good time on Jet Set Radio Bingo. Thanks for watching, and shout outs to Zaikumi.